Hi everybody, just wanted to give you a short video regarding Unit 2 discussion board explaining it. I will also be recording two other short videos which will be discussing the topics that you can cover within the Unit 2 discussion board. But this first video, let me just go over the Unit 2 discussion board assignment itself. Okay, and then you have 6 topics. The next video will be the first 3 topics. And the third video and final video will be the last 3 topics. But okay, let's get into this. I'm psyched. Okay, your initial discussion board post. This is broken up into 2 parts. Your initial discussion board post and your peer responses. Your initial discussion board post is going to be due Friday, April 12th by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Your peer responses are going to be due Tuesday, April 16th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, your initial discuss post requirements. Don't let this be overwhelming to you. Break it down into the 3 sections. This is what is due April 12th. There's 3 sections. You got to choose one of the primary source documents. A primary source document is a document that was written in the time period covered. Let's say the Declaration of Independence is a primary source from the American Revolution. Letter from a Birmingham jail written by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a primary source from the Civil Rights Movement. Okay? So you need to use the template provided, and I'll be sending this to you through a CTU Messenger message, as well as the grading criteria as your blueprint. There are 3 sections. Don't get overwhelmed. Just do it one section at a time. Firstly, your context section is going to be worth 20 points. Name the document you chose to analyze. Who is the creator of the document? And then lastly, briefly describe the creator of the document. To answer this, you may need to use information obtained from the introduction to the source or course materials like IntelliPath. I'm sorry, not lastly. One more thing. When and where was the document created? Again, you may need to consult information obtained from the introduction to the source or other course materials like IntelliPath. Then the second section is summary, also worth 20 points. Write a brief summary of the source. What is the topic or issue discussed in the source? What are the creator's main points about the topic? And what is one interesting thing said in the source? That's the second section, summary, worth 20 points. Thirdly, connections is worth 20 points as well. How does the source help you better understand the Unit 2 learning materials and the topic, like the Cuban Missile Crisis? Here you want to think about how the source fits into the other materials for the unit in IntelliPath. And how does the source support what you already knew about the topic? Does it? If it does, how? Or does the source change the way you think about this topic? If so, how? Okay, next. What is a primary document? Again, primary document is a document that was written during a specific era of history that you are studying. So within the assignment, you are asked to describe the document read, circumstances under which the document was created, and how this document still impacts us today. There are 2 great websites I've given you the links to that discuss primary documents. Okay, here is the topic list. You have 6 incredibly interesting topics: Bay of Pigs, Cuban Missile Crisis, Vietnam War protests, women's rights movement, the Chicano rights movement, and Black Power. In my next short video, I will be going over the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the Vietnam War protests. In the third video and final video, I'll be going over the women's rights movement, the Chicano rights movement, and Black Power. Okay. Your peer response. These will be due April 16th. You need to respond to at least 2 of your classmates about your initial discussion board, or their initial discussion board post, sorry. To help with your discussion, please consider the following questions. Just don't leave it at, great job, John, great job, Sue. I love my students, and you all have always been incredibly supportive of each other. But I want you to go a little deeper than that. I want you to answer the following 4 questions. What did you learn from your classmates' post? Are there connections between what you learned from your source and what you learned about their source? What is one interesting thing you learned from your fellow students' post? And what clarification do you need regarding their post? Okay. This is my grading criteria sheet. This is what I will be using to grade your assignment. Okay. Use this and the template as your blueprint for your assignment. I'll break it down into the different sections. Context. Student identifies the creator, including a brief description. Student identifies when and where the document was created. My comments, however many points out of 20. Summary. Student fully summarizes the document, identifying the main topic, the main points, and at least one interesting detail. My comments, however many points out of 20. Connection. Student identifies connection between the primary source and the unit learning materials. Student includes a discussion of how the source expanded or changed their previous knowledge. My comments, however many points out of 20. Peer response. Student responds to at least 2 of his or her peers. You respond to your peers, you get the 20 points. Response content. Peer responses add new depth or insight into the current conversation and encourages further conversation. I think that's a key. Encourages further conversation. My comments, however many points out of 10. Academic writing. Student uses proper spelling, punctuation, and grammar to write clearly and effectively. My comments, however many points out of 10. And, oh, by the way, references, if you provide them, need to be in APA format. Okay, I total up the points you've earned, and that's what your grade over 100. Okay. Pertinent information for this, and this is the last thing I will go over in this video. Your initial discussion board post is due April 12th, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Your responses are due Tuesday, April 16th, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Total points possible for this assignment is 100. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions. lbenalou@coloradotech.edu. Hope this helps. I will see you in the next video in a few minutes.